Contemplating divorce because of my monster-in-law. Trigger warning, mention of pregnancy loss and abusive relationship. There is a lot to unpack. Back in 2023, I had a huge altercation with my monster-in-law. She was drinking, got mad over something trivial, and kept yelling, "I've known my husband longer than you." Well, yeah, he's her son. I pushed my husband's drink away to cut him off, and she put her hands around my neck, then yanked my hair. Oh, hell no. She'd have gotten popped right in the jaw. I reacted and hit her. Well, there you go, see? Same. For context, I was in an abusive relationship before, and I promised myself I'd never let anyone put hands on me again, damn straight. We apologized the next day, but I've never felt comfortable around her since. Now I know how she truly feels about me. Less than. In 2024, I lost my baby at 21 weeks due to an incompetent cervix. Monster-in-law's response? Your cervix will be stronger next time. God had other plans. And comparing my loss to someone who had had their baby at 30 weeks and survived. That's cruel. As somebody who has had losses, nobody should ever, one, try and compare your pain to something else, especially that new. But how are they going to compare you losing a child far along in your pregnancy to somebody who had a premature baby that lived? They don't even compare. That's not apples and oranges. That's giraffes and mud. I told my husband it was dismissive and she should apologize. But he refused to talk to her and would just tell me, people just don't know what to say. So I see that we have a husband that is not being emotionally supportive of your feelings, especially after a loss like that. I got pregnant again and thankfully carried my daughter to term with a cerclage. No lie, don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Never seen that word before. Now monster-in-law is obsessed with my daughter's looks. I've pointed out features my daughter shares with me, but she insists they come from my husband or her. Strangers say my daughter looks just like me, but monster-in-law will die on this hill. I asked my husband to tell her to stop. He refused, saying, she just sees things differently. Okay, I'm just going to tell you right now, what I'm hearing, this isn't a monster-in-law problem. This is a husband problem, but we'll see. I hope he redeems himself, but I doubt it. She's also been asking for alone time with my baby since she was 6 weeks old, which I find weird. I finally let her babysit a few to appease my husband. She went out of town at the last minute on the day she was supposed to watch my daughter. Meanwhile, my grandmother, who happens to be a retired nurse, reliably watches my daughter while I go to the gym. But my husband says that's unfair and even told me I shouldn't go anymore if his mom can't babysit. Excuse me, the one time you finally said yes, she accepted it and then at the last minute decided to deuce out to go out of town. Why would you trust her? You already have issues with her. No, not even a little bit of no, but a hell to the no. She's put hands on you. At this point, I feel completely dismissed. My husband won't enforce boundaries and excuses everything his mom does. I don't feel comfortable or respected around her, and I'm tired of being told my feelings don't matter. I feel like if we do get a divorce, it is because of her and my husband not pushing boundaries. I have suggested couples counseling to him, and he's rejected the idea. How can a relationship improve if only one person is willing to work at it? FYI, it can't. Mother-in-law doesn't have a daughter, so I think this is part of the obsession. Are all monster-in-laws obsessed with their grandchild as if they want a maternal bond with that child? Here's what I'm gonna tell you. Yeah, your mother-in-law seems to not be a very nice person, a little bit unhinged. The fact that she thought she could put her hands on you, no. That in itself, I would have never seen that woman again. Then again, she might have been sitting in an ER to get checked out if she had done that to me. But I digress. Here's what I'm going to tell you. The problem here would be your husband. The fact that he is not supporting you at all. He is making excuses for her. Actually, sounds like he's kind of encouraging it like, oh, you should stop going to the gym if your grandmother is watching the baby, but his mama should get her time. No. And he's refusing counseling. He's refusing all these things. I am going to tell you right now, a one-sided relationship has 100% chance of failure. You cannot be both sides of a relationship. Not only is he not trying to participate in even making you feel better or do anything about this, he's basically kind of telling you to suck it up. So, personally, here's what I'm going to tell you. You have a daughter. Do you want your daughter to be raised in that environment? Do you want your monster-in-law to be, well, I don't know, put hands on you again in front of your child? Because that alone should have had your husband doing a hard stop. There would have been no excuses, no anything, nor would it have mattered how you responded, because in defending yourself, that is your right. She put hands on you. But the fact that she's continuing to act this way and your husband is not supporting you, as a matter of fact, it sounds like he's supporting her. I'm going to tell you, number one, call a therapist, because you need some talk therapy to get this out, to get it all out so that you can figure out what the next best steps are for you. I'm not telling you run a divorce. I'm not telling you to do any of that. But you need to consider the future and what it looks like. Is this what you want the future to look like for your daughter? If it's not, first start in getting help for yourself so that you have somebody to talk to that will make you feel appreciated, that will validate your concerns if they're valid, or will call you out on them if they're not. They are going to try and get you to bring your husband in. If he refuses, if he puts his hands up, then like I said, you cannot be both sides of the relationship. And at that point, you might have to make some decisions that are very hard. But the hard decisions today could lead to a more peaceful and happy future, whatever those decisions may be. I wish you the best. Rogue out.